Kingdom community. Our big purpose is to bring together the 12 tribes of Israel so we can live together sustainably as we go from an online community to an on-land community. And, the links are in the description and on the page. So, what we need is brotherhood, man. Right now, as it stands, it seems like as a whole, our community is kind of going down. The divorce rate is up. Abortion rate is up. Everything is, we're kind of doing bad on all fronts. The sisterhood is strong, but it doesn't seem, to be strong in the most positive way. And brotherhood, our brotherhood, it's strong. We got a lot of Israelite camps and churches, but we also got a lot of gangs out here. Black and Hispanic gangs. MS-13, Crips, Bloods. All these gangs, man, and nothing is. I ain't gonna say. I understand where those gangs. A lot of them gangs they started off something positive. But we have to change our culture to get better results. And without a positive self-image, then we stand to keep doing negative things. And I understand it's been hundreds of years of slavery, and then reinforce negative self-imagery. That's a lot to combat. I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just, explaining, the current state, of where we're at today. And, slavery has done a lot. Slavery's done a lot to us, to our minds, which is why we're in the current state we're in right now. Our mind is still slave-like. We still dependent on this system, dependent on just, the amenities and the culture of America, and how, we're following, our oppressors, which isn't, if you're going to follow those people, you take the positive aspects from those people, instead of perpetuating the negative aspects, and like I said, it's a lot of reinforced negativity. Slavery did a lot to us. That's hundreds of years, and we gotta work through all that. And that's a lot of work, man. That's a lot of work to change, not only your own mind as an individual, but to change the generational habits and things that this generation has to correct. It's a lot of negative habits, man. So we still in a slave-like self-esteem, man. We have a slave self-esteem, when it comes to investing in our businesses, and putting money together for funding for us to do something together. The funds usually not there, or if it is there, then the person asking for the funds might go and do something else, might either pocket that money, or like we've seen from Black Lives Matter, those those women just pocketed all that money from those dead brothers and their families, which is very sad. That's some that's a type of crime I wouldn't want to have put on me. That's some real hateful stuff. But this is just another thing we gotta get over, man. We have to change the culture of the people to change the minds of the people. It's not gonna happen any other way. You have to change your culture first and not perpetuate this self-hate that we keep going through. It's like an endless cycle of self-hate. That's not it's not very sustainable. And when we trying to come together and build as a people. So like things like for instance, Willie Lynch, our rap music, this self-promoted and see, it was programmed hate. They make it to where, the field slaves would hate the house slaves. The house slaves would hate the field slaves just because of certain benefits the slave master would give. That's why the scriptures say a gift destroy the heart. When your oppressors, it's a mind game thing. That's what they're trying to pull on you. And if you fall for it, which most people do, it has a lot of negative effects. Like I said, it was, and, there's a lot of government programs that are funding, hate for, keep perpetuating this idea that black men and black women shouldn't get together, and, interracial marriages, which is, I don't see why you would go interracial when your own people is, doing the worst. What would be the point? I don't know, man. I don't really get it. We gotta focus on each other. All the 12 tribes, man. That's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You ain't gotta go too far to find that. So, and it went from, programming the hate into us to now it's self-programmed. We hating each other, people, niggas trying to be in the rap game to, eventually, thinking they're going to make money and become a superstar or whatever. You can make money doing rap. I'm not saying, every rapper is trying to be a superstar or whatever. But, when most brothers try to rap, they always talk about the street life or trying to do something to another brother, doing bodily harm. Even Tupac, when he first started rapping, he was talking about, he was rapping about making good grades and, doing something positive. Then he switched it to the thug life, and he would have some positive songs. But, a lot of that stuff is on the thug stuff, trying to do something to your brother, man. Self-harm, which is what it really is, trying to harm or kill the man that looked just like you. It's really self-harm because we really need each other, especially in the state, the current state that we're in right now. We need like I said before, you have to change your culture if you want to change the people. We lack a code of honor, a very a positive, culture, one that will hold you accountable for your actions, and that's not so much what it is nowadays. People brothers for the most part are taught to be either, thugs or coons. You gotta, in America, it's like you gotta coon a little bit to get a little bit of change, because that's all that is anyway. When you rapping about, gangsterism and you ain't a gangster, you a coon, man. You perpetuating something you really don't even have to perpetuate. I understand where, somebody, they rapping because it's the life they lived, and, they're saying, they're rapping about it, and then giving that positive message, that, hey, don't follow my steps, go to the positive route, and, a lot of these guys, they're rappers and talk, I ain't saying you to rap, you got to talk about gangster. You ain't got to talk about gangster stuff. There's, one of my favorite rappers is Big Crit. You don't really talk about that gangster stuff. He's a poet. Brother got wordplay. You ain't got to be always talking about gangster stuff to be a cold rapper. It's especially if you've never done any of this gangster stuff. Man, talk about good grades or something, man, because at this point, I'd like to hear some of that positive rap, some positive, stuff, something positive, man, about building a community or something, man, because at this point, it's too many people trying to be thugs. We need more we need people to do other stuff than trying to be thugs. It's not helping nothing. So thug culture, coon culture is destroying us. It really is. There's no honor amongst this stuff. There's no honor amongst slaves and thugs, man. That's not doing anything for us as a people. I really wish it would stop, or at least minimize it by a whole lot. We need righteous men, righteous women. We need a lot. We need quite a bit, man. So at this point, we got to work together, brothers. Instead of working together on trying to bang on another set, we need to work together to, own land, buy gold, raising our families in a culture, in a righteous culture. It's the men have to reinforce this, not the women. The women don't reinforce. There are women who do reinforce, Israelite culture and stuff and positive things. But I'm saying when it comes to self-governing and taking back your image, your self-image, it has to be the men to build this. It has to be the men to lead, to build the nation. It's not gonna, the matriarchy thing isn't working. It's not working. We need a patriarchy, even though, nowadays that's like blasphemy. It's what's required in the current state we're in. That's what's required. That's what we need if we're gonna build something. We need a patriarchy of men who want to stand up and actually, create a community and do things and who have ambition and want to build generational wealth. And it takes a certain level of brotherhood anyway to build any nation. Any nation that's ever been built, the men had to come together, whether they liked each other or not, but they came together to build, Sudan or name any nation, Viking, Sweden, Norway, Ireland, Jamaica, Haiti. Haiti had to fight off their oppressors, had to free themselves, and then tried to build something for themselves. Haiti is a great example for, for brotherhood, and, a great example for what a strong people are. It's sad what's, that what happened to them. The French came back, put them in a lot of debt, and now they hurting because of that, but they put in that work in the beginning. Well, they've been putting in work, so, in building some together, you gain an appreciation for each other, appreciation for, what you built, and your business, when you have a business partner and y'all go through the same things, and trying to start up your business and all this, you gain appreciation for that other brother and what you guys are building together. It's a you start valuing the brothers and sisters next to you because you're coming together to build something. It's a purpose. It's not aimless. Not only, in building a community, it's going to be generational wealth. People be able to eat. You'll be creating jobs, and it just flourishes, and grows from there, and that's, if we do this, man, who can really stop us? From what I see, the only thing really stopping us is other brothers, other, I don't really see any other, people really stopping us. I know the United States government doesn't like it when we come together. They don't like it when we form communities or anything like that. Most of the communities I see now, BIPOC communities, indigenous and black communities, intentional communities, they're mostly led by women, which isn't, I'm not saying there's something wrong with that. I'm just pointing out that the women are stepping up to, even if it's to build their own separate thing, I don't know why they would, exclude black men, I don't, that's why I said the matriarchy thing ain't working, because, when a brother gets money, they usually want to support their own family, when, the other gender does, it doesn't really happen that way, for whatever reason, it just don't. So that's why it's up to the men. So when the men, get wealth or, build a nation, everybody is, supported. Everything flourishes. The earth, like the scriptures say, even when the Israelite man comes back to the Lord, even the trees will sing, and that's a big, statement, man. Even the earth will sing when the Israelite man rules again, when the righteous rule. So we got to make an effort to come back, to our God, to our culture, and build with each other so we can appreciate each other. The gang thing is, like I said, it started off real positive. It started off trying to do something for the community. Whatever happened from there till now, I can't tell you. Like I said, the government got plenty of programs. COINTELPRO, that's to stop a black messiah from ever happening. There's a lot of government programs that are focused on getting black men to stay stupid. That's, to keep black men stupid. That's basically what it is. You know, to keep you down, to never put forth the action into, you know, creating your community. You know, I'm not saying brothers ain't never done it. You know, there's Black Wall Street. It's happened before. You know, I ain't saying that, you know, brothers have done nothing ever. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just nowadays, you know, it's the game is different. You know, back then, 1950s and before, there was a focus on love for families, for, you know, black love. There was a focus on that. There, you know, that was something that was valued. Nowadays, is people are too narcissistic. I think I said that right. You know, they're too focused on the individual themselves. It's a selfish thing nowadays. Individualism. And that's very crippling to us. You know, maybe not so much for other people in other nations because they got land, they can build for each other, they got schools and everything. But for us to focus on individualism, it's very crippling, and it's not very beneficial. It's not helping us at all, you know. So when we build something, we're gonna gain a much better love for each other. We're gonna value each other and appreciate each other for the things we've done for each other. For the, you know, when, you know, like how I'm doing, I'm trying to get land. You know, then you build on that land, and you know we'll appreciate the things that we built and how we're able to send our kids to the schools and, you know, and buildings, you know, that we built for each other, our own educational system. So, you know, that's what it's all about when we coming together to build on something. It takes a level of brotherhood and a level of love for each other to do this thing, to pull this off. You know, it takes a lot of trust. You're gonna have to trust the brother next to you. You know, I mean, but because we're coming in it together on a code of honor, the Israelite scriptures. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures, the Bible. This is our code. This is the original G code. You know, so in doing this, we're gonna it's gonna reinforce a lot of positivity. You know, these are the solutions. You know, brotherhood, coming together, building something. It'll knock out a lot of stuff that's plaguing our community. You know, and the way it's looking like now, the best thing for brothers to do is to is to find a camp. You know, you don't have to join me if you don't want to, but at least find a camp or some and get into the spirit of, you know, the Israelite thing. You know, you want to get your feet in the water. You know, see what it's like to, you know, whether y'all build in that camp and then y'all go back to the school and build on scriptures. Just start from there. Start small. Then, you know, get you a set of brothers, you know, y'all focused on, you know, going in together, buying some land, you know, like how I'm doing. You know, you could join me. I'm focused on trying to get land. Then we're going to put some on that land. But first, we got to come back to our culture. We got to come back to being Israelites, creating a Israelite Black Wall Street, you know, Israelite Street. You know, it's what's required, to be honest. Otherwise, if we don't do these things and reinforce this positive imagery, then we basically failed as men and basically failed as a people. So let's build this kingdom. Let's build the kingdom, you know, our Israelite kingdom, the nation that God wants to see happen, that's so great that even the trees will sing. Let's build this nation. So with that, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this talk. I hope you got something out of it. We're the Kingdom Community. Our big purpose is to bring together 12 tribes of Israel, and learn the art of community so we can live together sustainably and harmoniously while, as we make our way from our online community to our online community. The links are in the page and description. And you guys have a good day. Shalom.